Jen, the trustees have postponed and tried to push back this vote as much as possible, but now they're up against a deadline. They've got to make a decision, and they really have two options. They can vote to approve this plan, which would essentially start them off with the least severe form of state intervention, a monitor. That monitor can observe how the district is handling special education operations and report back to the Texas Education Agency. But what trustees have hesitations around are several deadlines and requirements in this plan. And if at any time they didn't meet these requirements, the Education Commissioner would have the option to increase those sanctions, meaning they could bring in a conservator that then would have the ability to direct what administration does with its special education services. And then they would also be waiving the right to appeal any change with those sanctions. So that's option one. Option two, they could vote to reject this plan. And really, if they vote to reject it, the Education Commissioner could just bring in that conservator from the start, and they would already have someone directing them on how to handle special education operations. But then they would have the option to appeal and maybe stave off that state intervention and try to say we can make these changes in a different way. But we have talked to parents who are also very concerned about the board potentially approving this plan. Here's one.
Austin ISD is not without fault. Austin ISD has failed students with disabilities in a series and pattern of bad decisions. However, Austin ISD has made some areas of growth and improvement, at least in how many evaluations have been completed. We do have questions and concerns about the quality of those evaluations, as well as the delivery of services once students do qualify. So those are major issues in Austin ISD that need to be addressed. They won't be addressed by this proposal.
So, Kelly, this vote comes a month after the TEA announced its intentions. Do we know why this wait was so long?
Well, it's likely they've been trying to talk with TEA to negotiate some of these deadlines and requirements in the agreement. We know today there is a new version of it that they're considering. And the big change that's in this new agreement is that they've built in this 10-day period where if they're found to be out of compliance with one of these requirements, they would have 10 days to make a fix. And then the Education Commissioner would be able to say whether or not they were in compliance or not, and whether or not that would trigger that conservator that we talked about.